bunch of bitches, take them home like we Simpson. Cause we just wanna party and bullshit. Gave her the cue, now she all on my pool stick. Super wavy, surfboard. She turn up, that's a turn on, yeah. You gotta see this shit to understand it. Living out this world and I ain't gotta plan it. I figured out, I ain't gotta figure it out. No sleep, fuck dreams, rather live them out. Just got me a whiskey bottle.
Welcome to B.E.P.T Show, a show where we talk about entertainment, technology, business, and politics. In today's show, we'll be covering about entertainment, why there are less African cartoons and kids shows in the media today for kids to see. I'm your host, Ruth Waruhiu. Our field reporter of today will be Paul Chege. Stay tuned.
While we were growing up, most of us watched cartoons from different parts of the world, but we saw less of African types of cartoons. The media is flooded by all types of content with a variety of genres. For cartoons, being one of the genres, this is what shaped most of us as kids and our kids currently. These cartoon shows were broadcasted with more airtime before, unlike today, and the cartoons were the means of entertainment and education to kids growing up. This type of shows creates creativity in kids and dreams of visiting places or even career choices. Shows like Gadget Boy makes kids hope to be an inspector or detective, or shows like Kids Next Door makes kids enjoy their youth and avoid doing bad things. Yet out of all these shows, you'd rarely see African context stories or cartoons that the kids can relate to. We inquired from some people what they think if there were more African cartoons, if they had ever seen any while growing up.
When I was growing up, there weren't many African cartoons. There are many international cartoons, but now that I have cousins and nephews and nieces, it would be nice to have them so that they can know about their culture and where they come from.
For me, the only cartoons I'd been watching since I was a kid were those from Cartoon Network. And like those were the ones I would consistently watch even up to now. So for African cartoons, I did not come across them ever. Only in storybooks, like in print form. So I don't think I would, although I have no idea if I would agree to having African cartoons being made, because I'm not pretty sure how they'll come up with the ideas or the animations and stuff.
When I grew up, basically, I don't think I saw any African cartoons. The cartoon was mostly dominated by the white culture, and most cartoons were actually from Europe or from America, and they were produced by American producers and European producers, so they didn't fit the African context in terms of culture and everything else. So for me, I think that if I grew up watching African cartoons, it would have impacted me, because I tried out doing the European stuff. Like if you watch The Simpsons and Family Guy, you end up doing crazy stuff and you end up having a lot of stale jokes. Like you'll tell your friends stale jokes and they'll wonder where is that from, and you won't tell them it's cartoons, but it's cartoons that have influenced you. And another thing about white cartoons or cartoons meant for whites is that they have a lot of violence, and these days cartoons that are meant for whites have a little bit of controversial issues. Like even Disney these days produces gay cartoons with gay characters, so I don't think that will suit the African context, because gayism in Africa is a no-no. So if I grew up watching African cartoons, I think it would have impacted my life positively, because it would have inculcated me with the African cultures and African values, and that would have helped me a lot in terms of even my studies. But I'm not saying that white cartoons or cartoons produced by whites are not that good. Some of them are good and educative, but I think that if it was African and produced by African, it would have driven the point home much easily, and would have understood them much more easily.
I caught up with Mr. Robert, a graphic designer of animation production, who explained to us more how to animate a cartoon character.
Before animating a character, you need to come up with you need first of all to understand the story behind the character, background story of the character, and you need to know what the client needs to do with the character to send a message, and if it depends also with the character if he is involved in an advert, animation, storytelling, or actually it's those two. But first of all, you need to follow up a strict pipeline where you start by coming up with a story. The story is developed into a script, and the character designers come up with a Bible that give the character his or her traits, her preferences, race, habits, all those things that define the character and makes the character unique by the character itself. That will guide an animator in restricting other things like how he walks, how he dresses, how he or she talks.
I also found out what happens in creating a cartoon show from Tom, a graphic design animator.
To storytelling or in animation, just in the design work of the animation that is going to be created, the story dictates most of it, and the art portrays all gives you the feeling or the art. When we come to designing a background, or if I'm going to design a background, I think about the current scene and the characters how they're positioned. Either design it so that your eyes flow straight to the character, or the opposite, if that's the goal of the background in itself.
Does this guarantee that whatever content we see, especially when it comes to cartoons, more specifically African cartoons, will be valued or will it still be watched? Reporting for B.E.P.T, I am Jumanisha.
Welcome back to our show in B.E.P.T. Up next is our hard-hitting interview. Musambi, our host for our hard-hitting interview, and I hope you'll enjoy broadcasting.
Because it's my passion, because it was my dream, because it's what I love most under the sun.
You never thought to be there?
No, but my parents thought I was supposed to do teaching because my father was a teacher. Our firstborn is a teacher, his wife a teacher, secondborn a teacher, his wife a teacher, fourthborn a teacher. But I said, no, journalism is in my heart. Yeah.
African cartoons today, where are they not winning the TV stations?
I do not know exactly why, but in my own thinking, Africans don't speak very good English. They speak some ethnicized English. Like Nigerians have their way of doing it, Ugandans have their way of doing it, Kenyans have their way of doing it. But if you go to Britain, if you go to US, the English is somehow standard. And I think those things are for our kids to learn English, if you ask me. I mean, that's one of the reasons as to why we do not have African cartoons.
But what about African cartoons? The way, as you say, they have different kind of language we speak in English. But that's the way, as Africans, we are learning. It was not our mother tongue, as we grew up. So why don't you just produce African cartoons?
The problem would be having a kid who will talk like a Nigerian in some way, and another time he talks like a Kenyan. I think that confusion is not necessary for our kids. They need to speak good English. And even us in the university, when we come here, we don't speak African English, we speak westernized English. I think Africans cannot just produce cartoons. They cannot help our kids, if you ask me. Plus, you see, Africans are symbolized as black people. Okay?
Yeah.
And kids fear black things. Do you know that? You can imagine a black cartoon will scare the kid. No kid will watch that.
In the sense of the African content, there are some mini stories that like the ostrich and the hare, the lion and the mouse. Why can't we just have illustration of those kind of cartoons?
Well, I think it's something to think about in future, but it's just that Western mind that is in most of us locally and most of the producers, I think so.
According to the article in the New Media Act, they say 40% should be of the local content. And as a broadcaster, your work is to get content and actually produce it and broadcast it to everyone?
I think it's 60%.
60%.
Yeah.
Okay. So 60%. Then why isn't you people as the broadcasting team trying to increase or request producers, these graphic designers, and other people who do cartoon illustration to produce African content? It doesn't have to be that all the characters have to be black. We can have a variety of colors because not everyone is black in skin tone.
Cartoons? Only?
Yes, in cartoons,
Not-
even
yeah.
kids shows. Why?
Well, first of all, not many people are interested in doing cartoons. And let me also say this. Actually, in Kenya, not many media professionals are talented and committed producers. People are lazy. People cannot produce series. People cannot invest in productions. People like simple things. Chroma, green screen. But look at cartoons produced outside there. There is a lot of investment. So I think the issue of investment is one thing. The issue of passion is another thing. Yeah. And the issue of having that local mind is another problem that we have. People here don't think local. And also our viewers. Let me give you an example. Look at the way Kenya Premier League has been on Supersport. English Premier League has been on Supersport. Ask a Kenyan to mention 10 teams in KPL. He won't. But how about EPL? They will tell you from Stoke City to Leicester City. You know, our viewers sometimes are the ones who divert the way things are supposed to be done.
As you said, the passion, the investing. Why then are there no people to, like, in the sense of in the investment part? Why is it now you are the broadcaster? You go in and tell the producer that you need shows. Now you work together to tell the investors to invest in your works. Because there are people who are willing and ready to do this, but they don't. Yes, to invest, and then people don't have the
Quality, right? Quality is a problem. No one can invest in a less quality production, or rather in a low quality production. It has to be a high quality production, and that is the problem we have. Most of these shows you see around Kenya, you know, they are shot inside the studio. The budget of moving around to Kisumu, to Mombasa, to Eldoret, is not there. The aspect of the media houses themselves investing in a production is a problem. So how will other investors now invest in such a production? It's a big problem that we're having.
What would you tell people who are studying animation, graphic design, or are interested in pursuing creative cartoons? What would you tell them?
You must want. And you must believe that it will work. And you must initiate it if it's not there. Because that is how you're going to be unique. But do not come in and join the pack. Come in and do that which others are not doing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Yes.
And that was it for us today, and hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.
Get the power of great entertainment and enjoy your favorite shows wherever you are this festive season.
Hello, my name is Brian, and I'll be talking to you about entertainment, with the question being, where are the cartoons/shows? Actually, the African cartoons/shows. And as you can see, this is a little rendition of cartoons. This is Trolls. Yeah, and for the discussion of today, I'll have two of my friends. This is them, two sisters. And to help me with this, as I'd said earlier, the question is, where are the cartoons, the African cartoons slash shows? And so basically what we want to do is to have a little discussion on why we think people are not really into our African content. As it said, people most of the time, this is trolls, this is like an international thing. And so, yeah. Anyway, so the two of you, hi, they've declined to say their names, by the way.
Really?
Wamekataa kusema. So anyway, so I need you to tell me like 5 cartoons each, or 5 cartoons that you know. 5, just 5. Niseme mingi.
Home. That is my best.
Louder.
Home.
Uh-huh.
Home.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Frozen. Okay. Mi naweza ongeza Powerpuff Girls. Justice League. What other?
Trolls.
Trolls. Okay, Trolls. Like we're watching Trolls right now. This is Trolls. Yes. What else? Stocks.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the funny thing I've noticed is that with all those things, hakuna yenye mmenimentionia any African or local Kenyan cartoon. Sindo? Yeah. And so it's so funny that how come nyinyi hamuonangi any of those cartoons? Why? Like, do you even know of any cartoons that are local or African? Any of them? Other than Tinga Tales. Okay, Tinga Tales is for KTN, that's for kids. Okay, any adult like cartoons, do you know?
No, Citizen.
On Citizen.
Kuna Chiriku means something.
Chiriku. Okay, sawa. So, umesikia Chiriku. Basically, we don't even know how to mention because they pronounce that vizuri, but they're local content. So now it's, well, let's just find out the many reasons or the few reasons as to why people actually do not watch these content, African content. So why do you think hamuonangi the African cartoons or any local cartoons? Why?
I guess that first of all they're in Kiswahili, so I don't know that much of Kiswahili, so interfloat.
June naishi wapi? Okay. Sawa. She says she doesn't know much of Kiswahili. And what are your reasons?
Me?
Yeah.
They're boring.
Okay, they're boring.
I can watch them like for 2 minutes and I sleep.
Okay, so what's boring about Tinga Tales?
I think 3D yao, quality yao iko so low, so it's nika semaji. How have fun?
Okay.
Hakuna jokes. Hakuna musical zao ni zile za they're too educational. As in, at least let them be more fun and all.
Okay. Na wewe peke yako ni kwa sababu you don't understand English. You don't even understand what I'm saying right now.
Don't wanna switch up haraka.
Yeah,
as she says,
they're
boring because hawana kama venye Justice League wameka nini
superheroes with powers and extraordinary strengths.
Stuff like that. So
okay.
It makes it interesting when you're watching and you get to learn. Like there are some animations like this one.
Which one?
Trolls. Trolls like the one we're watching.
Yeah.
It's inspiring. Hizi za African ni zile za watoto, as in literally they teach you on how to tinika mafumbo
kusikia vitu
tulishamaliza.
Okay, yeah, because they're not really teaching anything out of like the school sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How the elephant had pembe. Sasa hiyo itatusaidia.
Okay.
I think seriously, no offense.
Yeah.
Kenya, please. We are more creative than that. Yeah.
Okay. So you've heard it. Well, so basically they're boring. Secondly, they have too much Swahili. Each generation sielewi vile inaenda. Thirdly, they have too much school content that we've already learned in school. And I mean, the whole purpose of all these things is entertainment. And the moment we don't have entertainment, we're not entertained, or rather we feel like we're not entertained, something becomes boring. And that is one of the reasons zenye wamepeana. And another reason is because they don't have really anything that is distinct. For example, superpowers. Yeah. Supernatural strength, speed, X-ray vision, hizo vitu. And yeah, that was it from the three of us. Remember, I'm Brian Chege and my two friends here. Thank you so much for helping.
I hope you've learned a lot of how and why there are less African cartoons and shows in the local media today. I've been your host, Ruth Waruhiu. Up next will be the video of the week. Stay tuned.
Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby,